All right, so we finally had a day with 3 great NBA playoff games. Let's just dive right in. So game 1 of the night was game 5 of Magic Pistons. Pistons win at home to stay alive, and man, Paolo versus Cade was just cinema. Both guys had 45 points, which hadn't happened by 2 opponents in a playoff game since AI and Shaq in that legendary game 1 back in the 0-1 finals. Franz was out tonight for the Magic with that calf injury he suffered in game 4, and honestly, tonight was the first time all series I felt like the Pistons were the definitively better and more talented team. Ausar Thompson had a really strange game because he's just not a threat to score at all, and he had 5 turnovers, but he was also huge on the offensive glass, had 6 assists, 5 steals, and 2 blocks. And honestly, I gotta give credit to Tobias Harris, who had his 3rd straight really good game. It still feels like he misses way too many wide open threes, but 20 points a night is huge for this team. If you're asking me right now, I think the Pistons are going to come back and win this series, but it also might just come down to Franz's health. Game 2 of the night was game 5 of Raptors Cavs. This game was so much fun. I mean, this felt like a game 7, and even just comparing this to game 4 is hilarious with how much better these teams were shooting the ball. The Cavs started off this game really slow, but I thought their best lineups tonight were when they had Sam Merrill and Dean Wade in the game together with just one of the big guys. James Harden had a really good game. He struggled with the turnovers again in the first half, but then cleaned it up for half number 2. Dude, for the Raptors, it just sucks because they were right there. They were the better team for the majority of this game, but then Brandon Ingram got ruled out with an injury. Scotty Barnes was clearly playing hurt because he suffered some leg injury in the middle of this game, and that's on top of Emmanuel Quickley, and even Colin Murray-Boyles looked like he had a hurt shoulder. Jacoby Walter was unconscious from 3 in the first half, but then he and basically the entire team just went ice cold to start the 4th quarter. I think the Cavs went on a 13-0 run, and that was basically the difference. The biggest catalyst for that 13-0 run, gotta give credit where credit is due, was Evan Mobley. And then the final game of the night, the Rockets beat the Lakers in another ugly win. Dude, I don't want to have to watch this Rockets team ever again. They're just the worst thing I've ever seen on my TV. Well, a big story going into this game was that LeBron was 18-1 in his playoff career at home with a chance to clinch a series. Tonight was loss number 2. I don't even know how the Rockets scored points tonight. It was just depressing basketball. Jabari Smith in the first half felt like the only guy who was bringing any energy. But at the end of the day, the Lakers just could not hit enough shots, and it felt like everyone on the team was cold from 3. And even so, the Lakers tried to make a crazy comeback with like 4 minutes to go, and you're all kind of sitting there like, here go the Rockets once again. But Reed Shepherd, of all people, had a huge mid-range jumper and then stole the ball from LeBron and threw down a dunk, and that was basically the game. Lakers in 6, though.